Sure. There are, of course, I mean, 20% of Israel are Arabs, and it's important that they have representation, but they need to be looking out for the Arab-Israeli interests and not the Palestinian interests, and they're not the same. And when you have Palestinian nationalistic members of parliament who who don't acknowledge Israel's right to exist, who have supported terrorists, who were smuggling cell phones to terrorists in prisons, it's hard to then come along afterwards and say they just want, they just want representation, they just want a seat at the table because they don't want to be at the table. I think that's the first one. And I think I agree that, we don't exactly know what the quote deal of the century is. And I think that, the Palestinians have been offered a two-state solution up until now, and it's important to remember that they have declined every offer that they have received. So maybe it's time to shake things up a bit, and it's time that we discuss other potential solutions, and that is an important variable. And I do think that President Trump understands that, and I think that the Prime Minister very much understands that, and that's why it's been a big focus of his that, for the sake of Israel's security, that we discuss other potential solutions.
Alon, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but what's fascinating is the way Rachel has characterized the Arab nationalist parties, as she's put it, right, is very similar to how Avigdor Lieberman has characterized them in the past. Of course, he's been squared off against Prime Minister Netanyahu when it comes to the aftermath of these elections. Now, those two are going head-to-head. Netanyahu blames Lieberman for all his coalition problems and his failure to put together a coalition. Where's that fight going to go now, and what does it tell us about the very question of Israeli identity?